Hey everybody, Punisher88 here, coming to you live at the first weekend review of 2015. So before I get started, I just wanted to say to all the viewers and all my subscribers out there, I hope you guys had a very happy holiday, and now that we're all well rested and recuperated from all the great New Year's parties and eating all that great Christmas food, let's get on with 2015 and all there is comics and whatnot, shall we? So, for tonight, I didn't really have a book put aside to review, so I just picked one at random, like I've done for the last little while. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about posting stuff on the Punisher88 Facebook page. It's just the last couple weeks I've been doing some specialty videos, like my end of the year roundup and my Christmas episode and whatnot. So I haven't really gotten a chance to focus on posting stuff over there. But now that those are out of the way, I could get back at it now. So anyway, the book I chose for tonight is a part 1 of 5 in a Marvel Limited series that came out a couple years ago. I've had this series for a while now. I've been meaning to read it, never got around to it. And I was actually going to start reading it a couple days ago, but with Christmas and New Year's and everything, I was like, forget it. I was just going to have no time to read it. And so I figured, since this is the first episode of 2015, well, first weekend review of 2015, let's start it off right, and I'll read issue 1. If it is any good, I will review the other 4 issues. I don't know if I'll do them consecutively or sporadically, but yeah, if issue 1's any good, I will review the other 4. The story I'm talking about, or the series I'm talking about, is Avengers 1959. The main reason why I actually got this series was because one time I was looking through a bargain bin, and I found one issue of Avengers 1959, and it was the cover that caught my eye. It's all white, and you have Nick Fury on there, and I think it's either Sabretooth or Kraven or something. I don't know. And they're all resting against a 57 Chevy. And to the people out there who know me personally, they know that I am a huge classic car nut. And when I saw it, the whole don't judge a book by its cover went completely out the window, and I was like, I'm getting that book. So I got it. I still haven't read it. It's in my collection somewhere, and I don't even know if it was a one-shot or if it's part of this story, whatever. But I'm happy to have it. And after finding that, I asked the store owner, I was like, is this a one-shot or whatever? And then he showed me this, all 5, and I was like, okay, I'll pick them up. So, yeah, before I ramble on anymore, now that you guys know what you're getting for a review, you guys just sit back and relax, and I'll be right with you. But first, cue that intro music. Hey everyone, welcome back. Now before I get to my review, there's a couple things I wanted to mention. The first one being, in my intro I mentioned that I wasn't sure what year this series came out, this mini-series I mean. Well, after reading the first book, I read in the little credit box at the end that issue number 1 came out in December of 2011, which means this series is about 3 or 4 years old. I just wanted to get that out there, so the ones who are wondering when it came out, now you know. The second thing I wanted to mention was, and this goes out towards the more newer viewers or subscribers to my channel. If you guys watch any of my recent reviews, and it sounds like I'm reading to you guys or whatever, the reason for that is, now when I do my reviews, I take notes first, and so I can make the review, flow a little easier, keep it a bit structured and whatnot. And so I keep the notes in front of me, and while I do the review, not only am I talking to you guys, but I'm looking down at my notes pretty much to make sure I don't make a mistake or something like that. Because I mentioned in one of my other videos, just writing down a whole bunch of stuff and trying to memorize it and then just spew it back at you guys is not one of my strong suits. So basically what I'm saying is just bear with me. We'll get through these videos, we'll get through the reviews, and everything will be cool. Alright? So, now with that being said, on to the review. So, for the ones who stuck around for a while now, you guys would know that when I start my review, I like to start with the cover first. So let's check it out. I like this cover because, and maybe it's just me, I find it gives off a James Bond movie poster-ish kind of feel. And I love when an artist will do that with any comic book cover or whatever. So right off the bat, cover A1. Also, for those of you who are wondering who wrote the series, who did the art and everything, the writer and the artist are the same on this series. It's Howard Chaykin, and I believe the pencils or colors or whatever they call it is done by someone named Jesus Abertov. I've never heard of him, hence the probably huge mispronunciation of his name. But those are the two who do it. So, a little bit about this book or the series or whatever. This first issue is more of a bridge between the New Avengers story where Nick Fury and his Avengers fought against the Red Skull and his continued attempts to further the Nazi agenda, and it's also pretty much the plot of this miniseries, which seems to feature Hydra quite a bit. Moving from Red Skull and the Nazis to Hydra, I find is a logical progression, especially as the birth of the Marvel Universe comes ever closer for the characters. So I find that's a cool little move. So the story itself. After the group disbands, all the individual members they're attacked in some sort of way by what appears to be Hydra agents. But while all this is going on, we actually only see one Hydra agent in that the green and yellow jumpsuit like we always see in the comics. So it kind of makes you wonder. In showing the attacks, Chaykin tells something about all the characters and the way they're attacked. Like Nick Fury, and this is the white Nick Fury, not the like the Sam Jackson Nick Fury. In this story, he's the first one who's attacked, and he's attacked by someone posing as a prostitute. Kraven and Namora, they're attacked on a boat. There's a character named Dominic Fortune, who I find is kind of like a Tony Stark kind of character. He's attacked while flying a plane with this like ravishing damsel with him. And Sabretooth, the way he's attacked is basically he's hitchhiking, and the driver who goes to pick him up is actually a werewolf. So the way each member is attacked, it kind of goes along with kind of how their character is or whatever, which is pretty cool. There's also a nice variation to the methods and locations and to the way each character responds while being attacked. Most of them fight, but the one I really like is how Dominic Fortune goes about him being attacked. Basically, he doesn't really fight back. What he does is, first and foremost, he tosses his lady friend out of the plane with a parachute, don't worry, and then he bails himself. So pretty much, he's the only one who really, is in no situation to fight. So, but it's done in a way that it looks cool, So anyway, whatchamacallit. Chaykin also varies the visuals on the attacks. Like with Fury's fight with the fake prostitute, it's done in a very how do you say, like a grid-like manner, with a it's very consistent. Well, sorry, it's done with a very consistent perspective, and it progresses very step by step like. It's hard to explain, but if you guys get the book, you'll see what I mean. Oh, actually, I'll show you. Where is it here? Sorry, guys. I should have had this prepped right off the bat. Okay, here we go. There we go. Here we go. Okay, see what I mean? When I say grid-like and everything, it's very layered out. And then on the next page, it progresses very quickly. See what I mean? So, where was I here? Yeah, it's oh, sorry guys. Yeah, it's done in a very grid-like manner with a consistent perspective and step-by-step progression. The Dominic Fortune attack, or the airstrike, is filled with a lot of like quick cut scenes and very like sharp close-ups and stuff to show the speed and pretty much chaos of what's going on, you know. And Chaikin's line work and everything in this series, from what I've seen, really captures the actual whole 1959 time that they're living in. I find that's done really, really well. A downer side to the first issue, and I hope it's not like this in the other 4 books, is the coloring though. The coloring in the story is a different story. It's so slick and shiny that it actually works against Chaikin's art and everything, and the time that this comic is taking place in. And I find a more toned down, basic approach would have been way better. And basically, to describe it, the coloring in this issue is too bright, and it's very, I don't know, it gives off a very loose look. But then again, that's just me. That's just my opinion. One of you guys could read it and probably go, hey, the coloring is great in this story, you know? And I'm cool with that if you guys think that, you know? But to each their own, I say. So, anyway. All in all, Avengers 1959 #1, I find it delivers on everything that fans of Howard Chaykin would want. It's a simple, straightforward story with fantastic storytelling, and trust me, the storytelling is great. He's a great writer, and the line work and everything in his artwork also very cool. Basically, when the 1959 Avengers team showed up in New Avengers, it was like the idea was just too good to give up. And really what it all boils down to is, thankfully, Marvel thought so too. So, all in all, do I recommend this book to you guys? Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up. I can't wait to read the other 4 issues. I'm excited about that, just because of the storytelling and everything. Mind you, like I said, the coloring, it's a minor imperfection, but I'll live. And yeah, if you guys could find this, well, if you want to start with just number 1 and go on like I do, or try and find the whole 5-issue miniseries and read it all, and then wait for me to do the reviews, go ahead. But yeah, if you can find them, I say pick it up, or pick them up. Sorry, and yeah, good story, good story. Also, if you guys are wondering some of the other work that Howard Chaykin has done, he's done quite a bit of DC and Marvel stuff, but I think the one of his comic runs that he's probably super famous. Well, I don't know about super famous, but he's famous for was in the 70s. He's the one who did the artwork and everything on the Marvel Star Wars run. So he's pretty much known for doing that. So and the artwork in the Star Wars books were pretty good. So from what I've seen, I've never read a lot of. I've seen issue number 1, and I love the cover of that book. But from what I've seen, like on Google and everything, very good. So if you want to check some of his stuff out, go ahead. I just figured I'd relay it onto you guys if you didn't know. And yeah, that's about it. So that brings me to the end of the review. I hope you guys stuck around for the 12 minutes and 21 seconds, or so far anyway. And let's see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Basically, starting next week, I'm gonna probably post Tuesday some options for Thursday's review, and keep at it again and everything. So there's that. I know I said on Friday I was supposed to do some like home video type of stuff at my uncle's place because we went for a New Year's party. That didn't really happen because for most of the party I was actually falling asleep. Yeah, I worked that morning when I finished work. I should have went to bed before going to the party. That didn't happen, but anyway, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that kind of detail. So anyway, it ended up there was no actual home footage stuff done, so I basically didn't really do anything. So I apologize, but anyway, so it's that. Yeah, that's about it. So before I keep rambling and whatnot, I just wanted to say, in the great words of Mr. Art Spiegelman, remember, boys and girls, comic books are the gateway drug to literacy. Let's all keep that in mind. And that's that. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. You guys have a great weekend. And that's it. So ladies and gentlemen, Punisher 88 signing off.